Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Ivy from Hustle in Brooklyn. You can follow me on the gram at the Ivy Rivera.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl Azia from Hustle in Brooklyn, and you can follow me on Instagram at azia.iam.
Hey y'all, I'm comedian Eva Evans from the cast of Hustle in Brooklyn, and you can watch me on BET every Tuesday at 10 p.m. or follow me on Instagram at Eva Evans Comedy, and I'm here with Hip Hop Weekly.
Hi, I'm Crystal Ketchum with Hip Hop Weekly, and today I'm sitting down with the ladies of BET's new series, Hustle in Brooklyn. How are you ladies doing?
Hey, girl.
Good.
Hey.
So from the right, we have Ivy, Azia, and Eva.
Eva Evans.
Eva Evans. Yeah. So welcome to Atlanta. How are you enjoying Atlanta so far?
Atlanta. It ain't hot
Atlanta,
here.
dope city.
It's cold right now.
Yeah, I mean, I landed and went straight to work. So
Right.
here we are.
You don't have time to sightsee, but y'all should definitely get around Atlanta. You'll love it.
No, I've been out here a couple times. It's a dope city.
Okay. Where do you recommend?
Brooklyn, so okay.
Where do you recommend?
To eat, y'all should go to Candy's restaurant.
Yeah, it's like
Lady. What's another restaurant?
I heard this spot called Mangoes. Is that lit? I don't know. It's like some Caribbean John.
I never heard of it.
No?
But just try it. Let me know. Okay, so let's get into the show. So tell us about your hustle. What do you guys do? Yeah.
Okay. So my hustle has like a really cool story. I started as a personality doing radio and television. I worked for many platforms, including BET. And then I made a transition into corporate, working at a record label. As a label coordinator, I started as the assistant to the VP of the label and kind of worked my way up from there. So now I am balancing both, being a personality and working like this corporate life. So you get to see that in the show of me trying to figure it out.
And for me, I'm a recording artist. So I do music. I also design, model, creative direct some things. So on the show, you mostly see me doing music, though. You see, like, what my life is like as being an artist and just hustling that and working with my dad.
Who's your dad?
My dad.
You don't know.
His name is Brent Toussaint. Farrah Black is his producer name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eva?
Yes, I'm a stand-up comedian, writer, producer.
So when BET approached you guys with the opportunity to be a part of the cast, what was your reaction? Were you hesitant at first?
Definitely. I mean, it's definitely a big decision to make, to be open to sharing your story with the world, being vulnerable, and me being naturally a private person. That was a hard pill to swallow, but I thought, I know that my purpose is bigger than me, and if it's a platform for the world to be inspired by my drive and my passion, then why not?
For me, I wasn't hesitant at all. It was something that I really prayed about. I prayed for it. Yeah, I felt like with my brand, I'm super private. I never really allow myself to be vulnerable or just to be seen in that light. So doing the show was just me saying, okay, I need to conquer this so that people could receive all of me. And I felt like that it would push my journey where it needed to go. So I was ready. I just prayed, and then I got the call, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was torn because I wanted to be on TV to expose, for the exposure and to add to my resume as a comedian. However, reality TV is, a genre of television I never would have imagined myself participating in. But, I mean, it's been an experience. It's been an experience for me. I'm glad I'm getting this experience.
Now, Ivy, you touched on it a little bit about your start in your respective industry, but can you each go into how you got your start and what was that big break for you almost?
Yeah, I mean, I started blogging. I made my way out of no way. We all are pretty relentless with asking and voicing what we want out of life, but it's up to you to kind of just grow what you can grow, just so like the people outside watching it can see what you can do on your own, and then eventually, you can add your skill to their network versus going to a network to seek validation. That was something that I learned along my journey. So going from blogging to radio, that was like the switch for me that kind of like helped better translate my voice and what I really wanted to be in this industry and how I wanted to create an impact. And I was doing radio for like 4+ years. Started at Brooklyn College, ended up at an independent station, and it got syndicated to a station out in Washington, D.C. So I was back and forth a lot, and I interviewed a lot of emerging artists, and I became a trusted source because a lot of the people who I was co-signing, eventually went on to do great things, and I was just very involved. I'm very passionate about music, hip hop specifically, and just being a personality, having, being a people's person, it got me so many opportunities. I'm very, very relentless in my, so I always say what I want, and I was just blessed that every opportunity that ever came my way, it was by the blessing of a friend of mine. It was nothing that I've ever applied for, so here I am. I got this opportunity because a friend recommended
That definitely is
that I
Right.
do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally, I'm here by the help of my people.
Yeah. So like my entire life I've been around music. My dad's first studio, or the first studio I've ever been in, was my dad's, and it was in my house. And from there, I've just always been around my dad doing music, and kind of just like, I guess I've been preparing for this my whole life. I didn't really venture off into music on my own up until he allowed me. Music wasn't something that he even wanted me to do. It was just go to school, graduate, get a degree, you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer. I always wanted to be a lawyer. I probably still will be a lawyer one day. Once I gained enough confidence to tell him, hey, this is what I want to do, and he had no choice but to respect it, that kind of was my turning point. And it was just about me allowing myself to be myself without caring what anyone else thought. And I mean, it's my parents. So that's someone that you respect, you listen to, whatever he says usually goes. And it was just like, nah, like, I'm going to do this. And he didn't help me in the beginning. I was in like an R&B group in Virginia when I was in college. And I guess he just saw that I was so relentless with it. And I was like, I'm going to do it with or without you. And he just kind of like came around and was like, okay, well, like, do it like this. And he kind of like put me under his wing. But my big break, I feel like this is a turning point or like a stepping stone. I feel like if I had to compare my career to grade levels, I would say that I'm still in kindergarten. I don't think that I've graduated or that I'm at a big break yet. I feel like I just have so much more work to do, and the work that I've already done has got me here, and I'm happy, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and like, I'm excited, but I just have so much more to give and so much more to show the world. So like, this is just the beginning.
For me, I started off in corporate America. I was working at a cable network. I don't know if I should say it. Should I say it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was at Showtime Networks for 3 years. I don't know what I can say or not say it yet. No, I was at Showtime.
There, yeah.
No, yeah, I was there for 3 years, and then I don't know. I just felt like I felt really miserable. I was like going to work, and I would just be crying on the way to work. and I just felt like, and at the time I was like 24, 25. I'm like, I don't have any kids. I don't have a mortgage. Like, people who go to their corporate job every day and hate it, they stay there because they have responsibilities. You know what I mean? I was a young kid. Like, I didn't have any responsibilities. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? And then I sat, I was like, what do I want to do? What makes me happy? I'm like, comedy. I'm like, all right, well, I have to figure out a way how to make a career out of this. So I just started like going to stages and asking for stage time. And, it was really hard for me to get stage time because people weren't taking me seriously. So that's how I ended up starting my own show, the one that you told me on the phone with booking for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started my own show with one of my best friends. Can I curse? Is it? It's called No Fuckboys Allowed, and we've been doing
Y'all are free here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Say it.
Yeah, it's called No Fuckboys Allowed because I would go to shows and ask for stage time, and people would say, "No, we don't have no stage time," but then they would let guys go up after me, like after I asked. And I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like the male, like, comedy is male dominated, and any male dominated industry, you're gonna have an abundance of fuckboys. So, you know what I'm saying? Right. Right. Most industry, right. Exactly. The only industry that we dominate as women is probably exotic dancing, I think. That's the only thing. Besides that, it's usually male dominated. But yeah, so I just named it No Fuckboys Allowed because I wanted it to be a free space. And we do have men comedians. I don't want anyone who hears the name, I don't want them to think, oh, it's only girls on the show. No, we have awesome guys come on the show too.
They just don't like fuckboys.
Right. They're not fuckboys. They don't condone their behavior. But my big break, I don't know. I feel like for 2018, the beginning of this year, I booked Sway in the morning. Sway reached out to me and booked me on his morning show. Joe Budden reached out to me and booked me on his show. I signed an 8-show contract with Rikers Island.
Look at you.
Yeah. So I think that's right. Thank you. So I think that's BT was down. They heard of me from all this stuff. So I was just like a snowball, just rolling down the mountain, getting more and more traction, more and more snow. So, I feel like my biggest break, I would say, is BET, because my highest, like, it's a platform where I reach a lot of people.
Now, you mentioned earlier crying before work, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I know that feeling. So what advice would you ladies give to women wanting to be in your position?
Don't be afraid to take risk.
I would say do everything. Try it all. Try, fail. Try something else, fail. Try something else, fail.
Mhm.
Try it, like it a little bit. Try something else because you didn't like it enough.
Mhm.
Do everything. Do everything and be fearless.
Absolutely. I mean, my greatest advice is don't listen to the noise. Very
Mhm.
quickly, we believe everything that we hear. We allow others' opinions to infiltrate our own, but listen to your heart and go after what your heart tells you to do.
I like that.
Right.
Okay, but post that. Now, on the show, we see a lot of y'all working with friends and family. What rules do you guys set before working with a friend or a family member? We see a lot of it on the show. You work with your dad.
Yeah. Girl, I should have set rules a long time ago. We don't have no rules. So we kind of just figure this out as we go. And I learn a lot from him about myself and him because it's kind of like walking on eggshells. Because, like, I have to respect my dad, but at the same time, I have to respect my craft, my work, and what I want. And sometimes I just have to remind him, like, we're not in daddy-daughter mode right now. Like, this is like business, client, you know what I'm saying? Like, manager, like, this isn't enough. Like, what are we doing? And sometimes he has to check me, like, what are you doing? So it's just, I just can't be judgy. I can't be judgmental or sensitive about the things that he says, and he can't be that way either. But there are moments where he's very sensitive, and I'm like, really? Like, we're not talking about feelings right now. We're talking about business. Like, what? Why is this? Move those feelings away. But he's always like, we're human, and you have to, humans have feelings, and it's hard.
It is.
Overall, it's hard, but we don't have any rules. Like I said, we just kind of go as the days come, and the basis is we love each other. He's my dad, so like I know for a fact that he wouldn't want to do anything to hurt me or anything to set me back, or he's doing his best. So even when there are things or mishaps or things that I dislike or things I might not agree with, I just kind of remind myself, like, he's not doing anything to like hurt you. Like, this is either the best that he could do, or he's trying, or he loves you. So like, it's okay. Like, we might have like some bumpy roads, but the overall consensus is love and him just wanting the best for me. And I trust him more than I trust anyone else. So it's like, who am I going to listen to, or who would I rather listen to or trust, So it's pretty cool.
For me, like, luckily for me, like, no one in my family is funny, so I don't work with any of them. However, I do run No Fuck Boys with one of my best friends, Rebecca Lewis. And sometimes, because like comedy is how I pay my bills, you know what I'm saying? So like, and I help my mom with her bills, and I send some money back home to Jamaica, where I'm from. So like, comedy is like, it's do or die for me. And for her, like, she was born into money, and like, she does it as a hobby. Like, I'll be on stage 5 times a week, and she'll be probably on stage 5 times a month. So it's a huge difference in how seriously we take it. So sometimes I'm like, I may take it a little bit more seriously than her, and she's just like, oh, whatever. I'm like, no, it's not whatever. This is my life. Yeah, like if the show isn't sold out, I can't send money back home, and I need to send money back home because my cousins need shoes for school. So we got to figure this shit out. But I mean, we usually work it out. We've been doing it together for 2 years, and we don't. Anytime we get in an argument, we always make up. So it's been working out.
Do you set any rules before working with family friends?
I mean, if you're my friend, you know how I am, and I'm very detail oriented. So if I put you on a task with me, you gotta be just on point as I am. Like, you're my friend, but right now we're doing business, so I don't care about none of that friend stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get the job done.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know how y'all separate that, because I can't imagine, like, for friends, I can't imagine talking to you crazy like that. But so this takes me back to episode 1 where we see Alicia kind of go behind your back and talk to your boss.
Mhm.
For you guys, what are some ultimate no-nos when it comes to business? Because when I saw that, I was like, that was wrong. I wouldn't do that. So you don't do stuff like that to people.
Right. I mean, I guess I'll start.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But the one thing that I see a lot of people aren't grasping isn't that what she did was a bad thing. Like, they're like applauding her hustle, blame it on the hustle and bustle. Like, if Ivy's not gonna do it now, then when? And da 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 da. And I get that, but it's all about communication and it's all about respect. You know, if you know that you're going to walk into my office and see me as a friend, would you not communicate that to me? You know, so it was more of a principle thing. I believe in principles. I believe in morale. I believe in respect for yourself and for others more than anything. So, wait, what was the question again?
What is like an ultimate no-no for you when it comes to business?
Lack of communication or making your own decisions without saying anything to me, i.e., that.
Playing with my money. That's what I don't play with that. My money is not like
Oh, I definitely agree.
Thinking about something that happened in the past, you like, word. My money out and fuck his ass up again. Because I'm mad.
For me, it would just be the feelings thing. I think that I could conduct business with anyone that I dislike, I do like, I could love you, I could hate you. As long as there's no feelings involved, like, we could get this money. And if there are feelings involved and I feel like there's going to be boundaries that are crossed in terms of like disrespect, because that would involve feelings, or like, you know, like she took that personal, or maybe she did take that personal, which is why she went around to her boss. That involves feelings. If there's no, you know what I'm saying? If there's no feelings involved in the business, like, I think sky's the limit. Let's make it happen.
Now, also, within the first 3 episodes, we kind of see you guys' love lives play out a little bit. So what are your rules when it comes to dating in your business or your hustle?
I think one of the biggest rules is respecting each other's time and understanding the lifestyle. If you can't understand the lifestyle of your partner, then you're not going to succeed. Like, I have a very structured schedule. I have a crazy life. You know, I'm home 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, back up 5 in the morning to do it all over again. And it's rare that I have time to just like sit down and be the committed wife to be that I want to be, you know. And it's about fitting yourself in the schedule, you know, and surprises, spontaneity, like all the spice that makes a relationship work. You have to magnify it into one that is a busy relationship.
My rules for dating in general, well, I wouldn't date anyone that I do business with. Like, that's like absolute no.
You say that now, but
no, I really mean that wholeheartedly. And in general, dating, you just gotta be understanding. As long as there's a level of communication and you can understand who I am before the relationship, and I understand who you were before the relationship, and the person just has to be someone who's interested in mastering themselves with or without me. So they're on their own journey of constant growth. Because my journey for growing is like never ending. So as long as we could grow together into, you know, whatever we feel like is the best versions of ourselves, I think that the relationship will be like very easy.
I mean, I don't date much. I've been single for 3.5 years, going on 4 years. So, but when I do, right. A big no-no for me is a man who's not coming to my shows, or he thinks my comedy is a hobby, or he treats it as though it's a hobby. I've had men, you know, be like, they don't get what I do. They don't get like, this is what I love. This is my passion. They see it as like, go like, I don't know I talk to guys and they're like, they don't come to shows, or they get, like, I'm like, oh, I have a show this week. And they're like, oh, I may come out. Like, if you're messing with me, you should be interested in what I do for a living. Like, you're not even curious to see if I'm good or not. That's what I mean, if I was dating somebody, I would want to see if he good at what he do. So I would go check it out. I don't know. Like, a big rule for me, like, if I'm talking to you within 2 weeks, if you don't come see me in a show, you're dumb. You have 2 weeks. Yeah, because no, for real, because I used to give guys time after time after time. I remember last year, 2017, I was in the Manhattan Comedy Festival and I was dating this guy, talking to this guy for a little while. And, he was like, oh, I'm coming. To the point that he was like, yo, I'm parking outside. Oh, no, I don't see him. And it's like almost a year later. He never made it to the festival.
He deserves it.
Never. Well, right.
Yeah, but he lying.
He lied. To the point he said he's looking for parking.
Maybe he got.
Oh, no, he don't reach in.
Did you
But-
text him back that night?
No, girl. I said, you know what? And you know what I did? I ended up being the only Black woman to make it to the finals, and I won first place.
That's right.
So thank you. Shout out to you for not coming.
Guys coming to your show. We saw in the first episode, Baggy Large actually came to your show. So how is that progressing?
Baggy's cool people, We have a lot of love for each other.
Are you guys together?
Nah, I'm single.
So tell us, what can we expect for the rest of the season? I'm invested.
Tune in.
Right, you gotta tune in.
Y'all can give us something like.
I mean, as far as me and Baggy, like, we continue to grow in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's genuine. When we, like, our link is
So
genuine.
it's friends. Jarvis friends.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? We feeling each other. We feeling each other. We definitely feeling each other. But I'm chilling. I don't know what he doing. I'm chilling.
Sneak peek of what happens with you guys.
I mean, we definitely got a sneak peek of what happens between Jesse and I in the sneak peek for episode 4. It definitely takes a little twist from this fairy tale that has been building. But this is going to be the true test to see if this relationship stands a chance.
What's your relationship like now with Jesse?
We're great.
Shout out to JV. That's the bro.
Yeah.
I love Jesse.
He chose up.
Yeah,
Son.
right. He has amazing taste in women. I will say that.
Asia.
Well, this is Hip Hop Weekly, so I will say there's lots of my music on the show. You get to see me perform. You get to see me do music videos, photo shoots, things like that. So for the hip hop lovers, let me know what you think about my new stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone wants to know, can we expect a season 2? Are we headed in that direction?
I mean, y'all
It's
tune
up to
in.
you, girl. It's up to you.
Good. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, season 2 is definitely in the
God
stars.
willing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely in the
God willing.
stars.
I definitely can foresee it. Call me psychic.
I mean, the cast is so lit, and the storylines. I mean, the show.
Everyone's doing an amazing job.
Everyone, and it's like I'm not just saying it because I'm on the cast, but the show is so good. Like there'll be times where I'm like eating popcorn, like watching on set, like oh shit,
honest,
you
like,
wildin', like
we're like redefining BET.
we redefine reality TV in general.
That as well. Like we are a refreshing thing on television. And it's a lot of vibrant personalities. You see a lot of authenticity, a lot of raw emotion. And that's something that we've been missing from TV and like the world that we live in, So I think it's something that could really be a true leader into Lord knows what else could happen. Hustle in Atlanta, hustle in LA.
I would love that. Like,
Yeah,
make it a
definitely.
franchise.
Right.
I definitely think it's a breath of fresh air, especially just seeing where, all reality TV goes. It's kind of the same story, the same formula. And this one is very different. It's very different. And then when you really think about Brooklyn, just the place where they chose to start from, you only know stories. Well, you think you know the stories of the legends because there are like lots of legends that come from Brooklyn, a lot of greatness, and no one was actually able to see like what it was like it being documented. So you kind of get a first look at like what is it like? What do they have to do? Like, is this something that I can do? Should I move to New York? Can I move to Brooklyn? Can I do this too? Or I can do this too. So it's really relatable, and you get to see that transition and just the way the growth of like a group of really talented people become legends, and like to see it through, like, is it even going to happen? Then when it does happen, it's like, dang, I saw that. Like, I remember when she was doing this, and it makes you feel good because it's like, I grew with this person, or, you feel attached. It's like you're rooting for your friend, So
Exactly.
it's a dope show.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I like most about Hustle in Brooklyn, as opposed to other reality shows, it has a lot of culture. Our show is made up of immigrants, like, me and Danny, and then first generation people who were born to immigrants. and it just like we display a lot of our culture. Like it's a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful. I love it.
Well, I'm invested in the show, and I hope we get to see a season 2. I really do. So thank you guys so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
This was really, really cool.
This one was so cozy. I'm like, half here, half there.
I have a question. Is that Bone Tequila? On the bottom left? That's not Bone Tequila.
No, that's Andre 3000.
Yo.
Oh, girl, I need my glasses. It's a dancehall artist. He's the one. Right, he's the one who found Movado, Vibes Cartel, Elephant Man.
She's like, this is hip hop.
Yeah. That was like, what the hell is Killer doing there?